Pushback failure, aircraft appears to not have any steerable gears.
Right, okay. So you guys should be able to hear me and the guys on Discord now. Our voices are live. Paul, Andy, Peter, yeah, Rab, Uncle John, welcome guys. What a weird start to this day. Right, so we have a new Zibo mod and we have a semi-new X-Plane to go check out. I haven't flown this version of X-Plane yet, this build 9, and obviously this is a new Zibo, so I haven't flown this one either. And I decided let's go from Joburg to East London. All right, so like 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago, I was ready to go. And the next moment I showed the guys here on Discord, my screen just went all funny.
Please remember to
It's really, it was nothing I could do but reboot. So I hope it doesn't again, and I hope we can actually enjoy this flight. But I need to go through all the motions and just quickly set up everything again so we can get going. It's all done. Is anybody going to fly with me, or is it just me? Because I don't want to fly on Ivea if I don't have to.
I'll fly with you, Peter.
All right. Okay. Then we're going to do that. Just need to set all those things up quickly again. I think I've got most of everything set. Go online. Connect. As I know. Alright. Use some brief flight plan. I think let me just check. I don't know if it's because of the update, but for some reason it could also just be something I did that I can't remember. My weights in my Zibo tablet was incorrect, so I just needed to check that. Let's load up quickly. It was 17.5. Actually, I think fuel was 7.5 or something. Yeah, let's check it quickly. Oh, let's do this anyway. Edge, go. You can read with me. So, good morning, Geert. Hello, Rob. No problem. I got myself out of some family stuff. I was working late again last night and then early this morning again. And I said, no, now I'm going to just relax a little bit and do my flight. So I'm here. All right, 7.3 is actually the total then. So we don't need to worry about that. We already filled it, like I said. GPU can connect. Peter, I haven't checked the meter in the last 10 minutes, but I presume 03 left is still the active. It shouldn't change that quickly, so.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
There we go. Oh, you know what? Let's also just make sure that we've got the latest 2.1 here. Right, don't want to fly and say something or do something and then we realize afterwards it was not true. Right, ground crew, ground handling. Drive up. Kom nou man. Flight Sim Rex, hello, hello. Thanks for joining us here in Johannesburg, South Africa. Right, there we have another unknown entity as of now. So let's see where we can see who that is. Okay, not one of our guys. All right, okay. What's next? We've got all that. We tab. Go.
Guys, the Leo's on board.
Thank you. Right, Peter, I got flight level 360, not sure what you got, and I've got runway 11 on the other side with the East London VAR transition.
Yeah, I've got flight level 320 and the rest is the same.
Okay. Six. That'd be 1145. Right, that's done. Okay, so one of the things I asked Zibo in the week to fix for us is this weather. I'm just not sure we did it, so let's have a look. Requests. Let's see. Still not. Okay, maybe next time. X position, that's where we were, man. Okay, FAOR. Alright, there is no star on that side. We're going to take ILS11 with the ELV transition as mentioned. Let's go, let's see how the Zibo interprets this. Before we continue, let's see what's spotting over here. So I have a current unit of 1028.
You're going to do the ELV transition at East
Yes.
London, Nico?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I've got on my screen just now. It's like a kind of a teardrop, it seems.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Are you back home, Peter, or are you still on holiday?
Well, not holiday, but I will drive back to the Netherlands tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I remember you told me it's not holiday. Yeah, I remember. .6. Go.
Ready for pre-flight procedure. Trim up.
Okay, Peter, I'm done. I'm going to start my APU, start closing down. I'll be about 5 minutes before push.
Exactly same here, no problem. Yep. When you push the tail the other way, we can push at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not going to use this taxiway right next to me, so I'm going to push with my tail to the left. So I'm going to use the apron. Did you push the other way now, or are you also going towards the runway initially?
No, same.
Okay.
No problem.
All
Right.
everyone's strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Here we go. 11. Not wind over there.
Ground to cockpit. Toes driving up.
Alright, I'm ready. Oh, ground crew. Before start procedure. Before start procedure. Oh,
Okay.
hang on.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
I think my microphone changed. It's like with the streaming software because of this Logitech update. Let me just go check which microphone is active.
Pushing back.
Okay. Before start procedure. Why? Before start procedure. Oh, no. Now it's gonna be a question of training her again or something. I don't know. She's not listening. I can see it's that the actual speech thing is listening, but it's not the
So
right
connected
commands.
and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Before start procedure.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
she's not. Okay. Not gonna waste our time. And if it were that procedure,
Pre-flight procedure.
I don't want a pre-flight procedure. You mad?
All commands and checklists aborted. Before start procedure.
I'm just gonna close down that speech thing. Otherwise, we're on the risk of crashing explaining it. Hello, Krister. Good morning. Good morning.
Before start procedure complete. Ready for before start checklist. Starting number 2 engine.
You know, I'm thinking out loud now, but I don't think I've ever flown this route ever. I've flown from East London up to Joburg plenty times, but I don't recall ever flying there. When I fly to East London, it's usually from Cape Town. Hello, Kies. Morning. Goeiemorgen. This is gonna be fun.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Thank you, Rob. Talk later. By the way, the torrent, everything is up and running. I did publish it this morning.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Starting number 1 engine. Flaps 5 set. 25 and 2.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a lacquer flight.
Thank you, Mr. Tow Truck Guy.
Ready for before taxi procedure. Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Right, doesn't matter, that's fine. Right, let's go. Peter, I'm right behind you.
Yep, I'll take taxiway A, you can take taxiway B.
Ah, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna wait for you anyway, 3 minutes, so I'm just behind you.
I was planning to wait for you, but okay, no problem.
Ah,
Taxi lights on.
fine, as you wish. When you get wherever you want to get, you just tell me, but I'm happy you can go. I mean, I don't have to be first.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Traffic.
Stabilized.
Toga.
Thank you, Peter. Starting my clock. Ah, there's David. Morning, David.
Yeah, good morning. You go, guys.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Hello, Ranky. Right, okay, I've done my 3 minutes. Let's go. Yeah, I'm lining up, David. I showed Toga just now.
Cool,
She
thank you.
need to do the 3-minute check.
Yeah, great, thank you.
Yeah, these clouds, according to the meter, is like 700 or 800 feet. It's very low. That's AGL, obviously. So it's very low.
Stabilized.
And Toga. Have a good flight, David. I see you started your pushing
Takeoff
out.
thank you.
thrust set.
Be in the air soon.
Good.
80 knots. Throttle hold.
I have to roll into this quite a bit to keep center line. Wind's coming from approximately 1 o'clock, if you can remember that, David.
Cool, thank you.
Right, and it's at about 10, 11 knots on the ground here.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. Come on, Day. Flight Simmerics, I don't know, man. It depends on your criteria for measuring accuracy. I personally think it is accurate but
Acceleration
over
altitude.
exaggerated, and then you get the times where it's very old weather that you get. So no, it's a
Approaching
mixture. It's
transition.
somewhere in between. We really need a proper weather controller engine, something that can, you know, make sure that it gets the information at the right time and put it in the right place. I'm pretty sure Lamler is working on all of these things. You know, it's early days, but I'm not 100% sure how good it is. I mean, it is what it is, and we all like flying real weather, so we just use it. But I think they can do better. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Mr. Truman.
Flaps 1 set.
Well, two things, Mr. Truman. First of all, you need to
Transition
update
altitude.
X-Plane to the latest version. We're on P9 already, which is what I'm using now. You need to update your X-Plane. Secondly, you need to update the Zibo mod. 2.0 is just not good enough anymore. We are at 2.1 now. You know, so tongue-in-cheek,
Flaps
obviously, but you know what I mean. Zibo just updated, so get the latest version. Then, what you need to do is get rid of all your X-Plane 11 stuff. Just dump it. It's of no great significance. It is causing more problems than it's worth. So if you've got anything X-Plane 11 related, whether it's a scenery, a script, a plugin, it doesn't matter, get rid of it. Zibo doesn't crash the sim. It's obviously something in the sim, or it's your NVIDIA drivers. Okay, so the other thing is the latest NVIDIA driver is proving to be a hell of a problem for X-Plane. If you update it to the latest NVIDIA driver and it's not crashing you, say thank you, move along. But for the guys that are experiencing crashes, just go back a driver, because NVIDIA really, they messed up now. So it could be that if you don't see anything in the log file, go to your Windows event viewer, have a look, see which is the faulty module that they're talking about there. It should tell you something. But in the order I've just given you, those are the things that you really need to do. If you want to go a little further, I can show you a little bit more. Let's get this on the screen here, display capture. So if you go to your output and you go to your shader cache, this Vulkan folder, just to make sure it's not a Vulkan problem, just delete that folder. So it's X-Plane 12 output shader cache Vulkan, delete that one. Obviously when X-Plane is not running, and then let X-Plane rebuild it at the next startup. That could also help with crashes. But other than that, X-Plane is really stable, the Zibo is really stable. So you're gonna have to look for that third-party complication, or it's got to be something like that. That too, yes, Andy, thank you for reminding me. Yes, please, guys, that because it's such a known problem right now, I didn't even think about it. Okay, so under realism settings, just make sure autosave is off, because the autosave will crash you out also. We are waiting on Laminar to fix their side of the equation. They haven't done it in 2 updates already. Every time we just sit back and hope. So hopefully one day they'll fix it again, but that's a Laminar problem. That's why I have to switch off. Thank you, Andy, for reminding me. Yes, yeah, Flight Sentimental. That was actually really nice. The wind caught me a little bit. If you see my start of my run, all of a sudden the nose went to the right. It's rolling into the wind. Then you obviously have to roll your ailerons into the wind, so you turn the yoke a bit to the right, and then you kick with your left foot to balance the rudder out, and that's how you keep that center line. And it's part of the fun, man. It's it's part of the fun. Right, there you go, Mr. Truman. That's probably, if it comes from the Zibo, if the crash comes from the Zibo, that will be it. If that is disabled, then the Zibo won't crash you out, I promise. There's no reason for the Zibo. If you installed it correctly, it shouldn't do anything like that. Then it's all up to all these third-party things. Okay, guys, another thing that I've discussed on various groups and with various people is icing. Okay, just because you think there's no icing, even I have made that mistake. We are not 100% familiar with the weather in X-Plane, the behavior of it, and the influence of the aircraft. Okay, and trust me, I've had it a few times now where you are flying in skies like this. I mean, we are way above the clouds. There is not supposed to be icing here, and the next moment you see your speed just goes down, 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 down. It bleeds off. Sometimes it would go like up and down, but the general trend is down, down, down. And the next moment you stall and you just fall out the sky. Please be aware of that, okay? If you suspect any problems with your speed, it's got to be fairly standard and constant, okay? If you expect any problems and you are below, well, let me put a below at the end. Put on your engine anti-ice. Let's start there. The second thing is, if you are below 35,000 feet, put on your wing anti-ice. Above 35,000 feet, the wing anti-ice cannot be left on for more than like 30 seconds to a minute, because you're going to have a bleed air problem. Okay, so put it on, get rid of the ice, switch it off and forget about it. Okay, and then just make sure that your speed stabilizes, because unfortunately ice is a killer. It degrades your airfoil, takes away your lift, and you're going to take a nosedive. So please, please, please remember. And I mean, just because it doesn't look like you should get ice doesn't mean you're not going to get ice. And unfortunately also you can't see it. It's not something that is visible that you can actually point to and say, oh look, there's ice forming. You know, you can't see it. It would have been nice if they made like X-Enviro and you could actually, you know, see the deposit of the ice on it, but it's not there yet. I see the wings are not that high anymore. I haven't actually noticed it. It's like sometimes it doesn't. In actual fact, I'll have to keep an eye on it. You just reminded me. No, in general, I just look at the speed, and the moment you see your speed bleeds off, you know you've got ice. It's a bit better. I'm still not convinced that's perfect, but anyway. Okay, Andy, enjoy your day, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Out of the cockpit for 1 minute, grabbing some coffee.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think in this version you're going to see that light come up that easy, because it's like it's more of an anomaly in the code. Okay, so you've got to be careful between what happens in the real world and what happens in the simulator, because it's like there's a code conflict, there's something wrong, and it then represents itself or presents itself as ice. You know, that's what the aircraft reacts to, and then just fall out the sky. Super Groby, I don't think it was ever a Zibo problem, what you're experiencing. I never had it. I don't know for any other people in our team that had it. I think it's something that you loaded or didn't load, or it's an explain 12 problem. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the Zibo. From day one, it was just working proper. I mean, it could be your system, I don't know. But on my one, I never had any issues. I mean, we test this thing thoroughly. You know, on our side, we keep on chipping away at the back and changing things. You know, Zibo, just because Zibo isn't releasing updates doesn't mean he's not working on it. You know, it's just a question of it's how it gets released. But I didn't have any issues with it, and then still done. You can check my old streams as well.
Nico, your mic is scratchy.
Okay, hold on.
You're very soft now.
Yeah, it's the USB. It's not actually the mic.
Okay.
Just boost me a little bit on your side. You are extremely loud for me. I've pulled you down now to like 80% because you're very loud for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. No, not your fault.
You're fine now, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's the USB. I don't know how on earth it's possible that you can get scratching on a USB digital connection, but I just pull it out, wait 2 seconds, push it back in, and go away. So anyway.
Static noise is back.
Crazy. Hold on. Doing it again. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Very low volume.
Yeah, I don't change any volume.
That's annoying, eh?
Very. Yeah, Super Grabby, I don't know what to say to you, my friend. I don't know. I never experienced it. Don't know if anybody else in our team that experienced it. I've seen 1 or 2 guys on Facebook complain about it. I haven't even seen it on the forum. I could have missed it, but I didn't see it. So it seems to be a very limited experience for some people. You know, all I can suggest is delete your Zibo mod folder, download it again, install it again, and try, because I don't know. It's foreign, unknown to me. Here's my volume controller. You know, you can't see it now, but I'm adjusting. You can hear it. I'm adjusting my volume. It's working perfectly. Honestly, I don't know what to say.
Well, it's fine now.
Yeah, okay. Got a big Zoom meeting on Monday again. The last time we had a Zoom meeting, the guys were also complaining, and that's when I figured it out. It's not the mic. I was always thinking it's the mic and this cable, this braided cable. It's not. It's the USB, something in the USB. So, Mr. Truman, okay, that brings the question: what do you have in common that I don't have, or the rest of our team don't have? Because there has to be something in common or not that's causing the problem. You know, it's maybe you've got something I don't have, or I have something you don't have. So I don't know. Can one of you guys maybe put a video up on the forum where we can actually see it and hear it? What you're talking about? If that's not a problem, I would really appreciate that. Just make a short video, talk us through it, say to us, well, listen, now you can hear it, now I do this or I don't do this, it's gone, you know. Give a short description, but the video would really be helpful in this instance. was just wondering when I'm going to see that aircraft. It's gonna either cross right in front of us, just a little bit lower, or we're gonna go past and he crosses our back. I think he's gonna come in front there. There he is.
He's
Wait.
at the same level as I am.
Okay.
Oh, no. He's on 350.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, thank you. I don't know. It's a funny situation with sound. Start with a fresh install of the Zibo. Delete it. Start with start with the original access release, early access release, and just put 2.1 in there afterwards. See if it changes anything. This airspace here is actually surprisingly busy for a Saturday morning.
Yeah, there's 9 aircraft and I think 6 of them are the same. I assume they're probably Zibo too.
Yep. Good morning, Eugene. That's what I was looking for. Enable the level camera. Let's see what it looks like now. Come on. Now I'm just messing around now. Every time I change it, it's like it loses the tracking ability. Oh my goodness, Christer, yeah, that's interesting.
Added camera 2 to category flyby,
No,
ground.
that's not what we want. No, no. I'm pretty sure there's an option here that I can't see now. Category maybe. Yeah, create a flyby. That didn't work either. Let's try again. Create a flyby. That's right, that's right. Create. Test. That one comes from the wrong side. It looks like we're creeping closer. Let's just see if it works. Hello, Robert. Sounds good. Christer. Hello, Carl. Good morning, good morning. Carl, just want to tell you something. You did a good job on that stream the other day. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I was sitting here looking. Shame you had your hands full, eh? Damn it. And it's not my stream. I'm talking about someone else's. I think you'll know which one I'm talking about. Man, you had your hands full. Yeah, no, I broke this thing. There's just no other way of saying it. It's just not doing what it's supposed to do. I don't know how I broke it, because it wasn't supposed to save the settings until I clicked the save button. This is horrible. Last try. I hate the flyby. Great. Test. Is that it? Is that it? There we go. It's fixed. Robert, seems no so stable during. Sorry, I'm not following you exactly. The no, is it now, or what do you mean? Is it more stable, less stable? Does the ILS work? Does the ILS localizer not work right now? Can you maybe just clarify a little bit there, please? And it's, you see, now this is interesting. I didn't save it, but it kept the old settings. Why would it keep some settings and throw away others? It's silly. Let's call this flyby. Flyby.
Camera is saved.
Hey, now I've saved it. Okay. Well, Robert, that's part of what I'm testing here this morning. So that's why we have it on video, so we can refer back to Zibo. You are sure that you did the update to 2.1? Or did you not do your update to 2.1? Because that was supposed to be the actual fix for 2.1. Yeah, it's definitely oversensitive to winds on the ILS. That was the complaint that I logged with Zibo like 2 weeks ago already. Or maybe even longer, I can't remember. Doesn't matter. But are you sure, Robert? Are you sure? Okay. Right, well, we're going to see what's going to happen just soon when I get there.
Cameras saved.
So that's done. Let's see. Yeah, that new NVIDIA drivers, for some it works, some it doesn't work. It's also an interesting thing. 188 nautical miles for top of descent. Let's start setting up. Anyway. Interesting situation. Right, we'll have a look now. We're almost there. We'll keep an eye on it. And hopefully something shows up on my video and then Zibo can have a look. Right, well, guys, there you saw. I did read up about it. This is the new update for the terrain radars. If you go to your settings, you can actually have the magenta on or off. I think it's more realistic off because it's bad terrain data. Why do you want to see it? So there you go. Just switch it off in your settings and problem goes away. No more magenta. Peter, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Listen to my audio quickly. I just want to move my head and I want to actually cause a scratch. I want you to tell me if it's the same noise you heard earlier. Can you actually hear the scratch or not?
No, no scratching.
Okay, because this is me now moving my head and the actual braided cable from the headset is now scratching against my shirt collar. So if you can't hear the scratching right now, then it's 100% confirmed it's the silly USB connection.
Yep, it's not your color.
Oh, that makes my life easier. I've been sitting here for so many streams with this braided cable in my hand thinking it was that. Till I realized, no, it can't be. It's this other thing.
Is the USB connection a little bit loose?
Not at all. No, not at all. It's one of the craziest things in this world. Never in my life thought a USB connection could have a bad connection like that. Because I mean, it's like it's a little RC jack that's got dirt on it or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, you think the first thing you think of is a bit dirt or whatever.
Yeah.
Spray it with contact spray.
I'm so frustrated. I'll probably break it off and throw it away just to get rid of it.
But you don't know if it's the headphone cord or if it's the USB connection in your machine.
You see, I don't know. That's why I'm not turning violent yet.
Well, it's always the last solution.
Yeah, somebody said to me the other day, if violence doesn't solve your problem, you didn't use a big enough hammer.
Hello.
Hello, Kevin.
How's everybody here?
No, we're all good. We hear your problem went away this morning.
We sorted it out between me and Mac. Yeah.
Good.
It was just weird. It was a bit of a weird thing because when he said it'll be the NVIDIA driver, you'll have to roll back, and I says, but as soon as I remove the Zibo from X-Plane starts fine. So how do you work out it's the NVIDIA driver? But it was the NVIDIA driver, obviously.
Yeah, you're not the only guy. I saw it from a couple of people. I've helped people since yesterday with it.
Yeah. Strange one, I see.
Yeah, I have to search for something else because my file system is keep referring to readout.
Oh no.
So I will investigate. It's normal. It can happen at Windows 10. It can happen after an update or upgrade.
Yeah, but please also scan for viruses. You don't want to get a surprise and you've got the ransomware thing running on your system.
Yeah.
Flight Symmetrics, no worries. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Come back later and watch the ending on the video side of things. Have a good rest of your day and sleep well later. I had an interesting chat with a person on Facebook a short while ago. Also, it was all virus related, and We obviously in our business we have certain tools available to us, and I said to this chappie, just run this online virus scanner. Did he give me lip for like 2 days on end? Just continuously came back. He laughed at me. He called me all kinds of derogatory names. I said to him, "Are you mad? How can you use an online scanner to scan for us?" I don't know how old this chappie was, but he was going on like a real monkey. And anyway, so Peter, if you need an online scanner, I've got a link for you, but I'll send it in a PM.
Well, yes, please.
Then you don't have to install anything. It will just scan it, and then once it's done, you close it.
Okay, yeah, good idea. Thank you. Yeah.
I have had 4 ransomware attacks now in the last 3 weeks at my customers, different sites. It's crazy. You go through years and months without anything, and the next moment it just eats you from all sides.
Gives you a lot of work.
Yep. The one machine, we lost the Outlook completely because the antivirus is clever enough to block it and to keep it from doing its job, but it's embedded in that PSD and you can't take it out of the PSD, so you delete the PSD. And the only way to delete it is you have to disable the virus scanner, delete the PSD, enable the virus scanner, scan the whole system, make sure it's gone, and then you're fine. But then the customer cries because they lost all their emails for 10 years, gone. And then you ask them, where's the backup? And they say, what's that? And you go, oh, man.
Backup, Nico? Mr. Nico, backup of that.
Yeah. We at one of my customers, they actually implemented, management, they implemented a backup register. Do you know how many people we catch lying on that thing? It's crazy, man. Oh, we did it.
Yeah, right. But then again, if you don't check for the restore, you don't have valuable backup.
Yeah, exactly. Another funny thing happened just about a month ago. I was requested to do a restore check at one of my customers. They're running server 2016 on 2 servers, like a primary and a backup. It was scheduled for the Friday morning. I said, okay, I'm ready. Can we get everybody off the server so I can start, prepping and doing this simulated restore? And they said to me, no, please don't do it today. This person and that person needs to do this because salaries and this, all kinds of excuses. So I said, okay, well, then we do it next Friday. Yeah, no, that's better. Tuesday morning, I go onto the server. Guess what?
No.
The primary server, Windows corrupt like hell.
No.
I look at this, I say, no. The Windows updates don't work anymore. I run all the normal routines to try and reset it. Nothing happens. Start checking this thing, reboot it. Guess what? Doesn't boot up again. I'm sitting there thinking, oh hell, we just lost the server. Anyway, long story short, like a day later, I actually managed to boot it up again. And needless to say, the backup server took over, started doing its thing and so on. And yeah, I'm sitting looking at this server. It was slow as anything. Anyway, long story short, Windows was totally corrupt. And it's because of these power failures. The UPS, the batteries don't last anymore because it's just too much. They get hammered 3-4 times a day for 2-3 hours at a time. So the batteries gave up the ghost there. And I'm sitting looking at this server, and thank goodness we had a backup server. That's running the business now. Anyway, we formatted, reloaded, and so now 4 weeks later, it's still not completed in the sense that we're still running off the backup server. I still need to do the switch over maybe later this weekend, just get everybody back on the original server, a big strong one. But that's what happens, Don't plan it, you try and plan something, and we wanted to do the restore test, and then all of a sudden it wasn't a test anymore, it became a live action. Just like that.
Yeah, you had to pay you extra bucks to do it on a Saturday.
Well, I've got a contract with these guys, so the fees are fixed. It's just the hours that is now an additional bunch of hours. The other thing is, you won't believe it, like we managed to get it going, fairly soon and all. Then we never implemented the distributed file system on these two servers. Okay, and me and my server guy, we were looking at each other and we said, you know what, I think it's time to implement DSF now. And we have experience doing it on new servers, but this was the first time we tried it on a real server. And guess what happened?
It crashed.
Yep. Cost us another 2 days to get all the data back. It was fun, promise you. Fortunately, we know the immediate important data, so that was quick to restore minutes. And everybody's back up and running. But to now go and set everything back up, no, Peter, it was not fun. It was not fun, and it was in the middle of me feeling sick as a dog. I'm sitting here dying, and I have to go through all that. That wasn't fun.
Yeah, it's always a combination, yeah. Okay.
Christer, yeah, pop it over in Discord for me. Put it in this. Make it a private link. Make it a private link, then we can have a look. See. Because now I'm really curious as to what's happening.
Procedure.
I'm glad you had the presence of mind to do it. I've been chatting to other guys, that are complaining about certain things, but there's no evidence. There's no video to look at. There's nothing. They can't talk you through the things. So it'll be cool, to have video. Guys, anybody here listening to my voice, watching the stream, if you ever have a problem with the Zibo, just try and remember this. It's just so much easier for us to look at the problem when there is a video and we've got a little bit more understanding. And if you have a problem, give us much information as you can, because if we can't reproduce it, it means it's not a Zibo problem. Then it's, explain 12 and a third-party script plugging or a scenery or whatever that's causing the problem. So try and make videos as far as humanly is possible. Doesn't mean that you can't report something if you don't have a video, just means that it will greatly help us, okay? Somebody was telling me, and this is why I also mentioned the icing in the stream, somebody was telling me on one of the Facebook groups that they were flying merrily and the next moment the Zibo just took a nosedive, just went down. And the only thing I can think of, if there was no third-party interference, if there was no controller interference, you get up and you touch one of the controllers. Like me, my trim wheel is really close. Look at this. The moment I just touch it, it just switches off, right? Now, I mean, anything can happen. And if I don't notice that I bumped my trim wheel, which is so close here to my leg and my hands, I mean, I will take a nosedive at some point in time. So if it's not one of those things, the only plausible reason why the Zibo mod will just fall out the sky is icing. Unless there's an underlying thing, where there's like a pressure build-up which comes from the weather or something, the pressure build-up snaps one of the components because, maybe the guy, I didn't even think of this, but maybe he had the setting on where it will remove flying surfaces. That's a good one. I must actually go ask him. See, so remember we had it a while ago where after you landed and while you're taxiing back to the stand, and usually during a replay, the Zibo would just spontaneously combust. You guys remember that? No, nobody remembers. Okay, well, there was such an incident. Yes, Paul?
I remember that, yeah. Yeah, you had to wind right to the very end of your replay, otherwise it would explode. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and that was because there was a loop in the Zibo code somewhere. I'm just calling it a loop, don't know what else to call it. And what it did was it never released the pressure on the pressure points or whatever. I'm just using English normal speaking terms. And what happened was the actual pressure on the airframe became so much it just went bust and exploded. And it took Zibo months, and just one day out of absolute sheer luck, he saw where it was happening, where those pressures were building up and causing the problem. It was just, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Top of descent.
Right, I'm almost there as well, sir.
Yeah, but you're on a higher flight level, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm 360. I've got a 69 knot wind coming from about 2 o'clock. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm crabbing like about 7 degrees here. Thank you, Mr. Truman, for the feedback. Really appreciate that. Which one toggles this thing actually? Is it that one?
Approach
be
top
that
of
one.
descent.
It must be number 12, man.
Camera is saved.
And now why does it not do that?
Oh,
Yeah.
question. How do I install the Skymatix AGARs in Flight Simulator?
You don't. It talks with some Connect or FSUI PC or something. You don't install it. You just in your settings show it that you're using FS 2020. That's all. It's intelligent enough to go find it and use it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Camera is saved.
No, it doesn't rerun it. Why do you not rerun it? I don't want that. That's ridiculous.
That looks like a flyby.
Yeah, the problem now is when I have the control panel on screen, like this, you'll see shortly. If I click it inside the control panel, I can force a refly of it. You see, it actually replays the flyby. Now I've selected a specific key on my keyboard that was working up until I started fiddling this morning. And what happens is when I press it, look, it's stopped. It's not listening. It's like that key is just, it's broken now. I don't know why. I'll figure it out later. It's a pity, but whatever. Okay, well, I've started my descent.
Did you assign the key on the keyboard?
Yes. It's the divide by key. You know, at the right-hand side where you've got all your numpad. It's next to the num lock. It's got that divide key. That one. And it was working perfectly until I started fiddling just now. Thanks, Christer. I'm going to quickly do something silly. I'm just going to quickly go to the keyboard, search the command. That's not a command, man. Let's go to ID. See, there. ID of 12, there. Numlock /. So it's still set up correctly.
2500.
Christer, I've got a similar problem. I'm very high, and because I'm very high, the pitch is a little bit excessive, and then what happens is the speed increases. So I used my speed brake to bring the speed down. You can see it's stowed now. But look, I'm like 3,400, and it's actually increasing. So let's pull the speed brake, let's keep it up, increase that pitch a little bit to catch up, because we are definitely very high and we're not supposed to be. Good morning, James. Oh, James, I tell you what, before I started streaming. I only spoke English in self-defense, man. You know, it's not something I do every day. Yeah, and I think the post-nasal drip's still busy interfering with my voice box. As long as the USB doesn't scratch, that's the other thing, then I'm happy. Oh, wow, look at that descent rate. My goodness.
Yeah, the same. I'm speeding it.
I just want to check something. If maybe my by mistake, oh yeah, it's not. I thought maybe common was switched on, you know, but it's not. It's just basic, so that's fine. Yeah, no, we are totally high, man. Very, very high. This is strange, but true. There's no ways we're gonna make this landing. Absolutely no way. Well, at 5,500 foot a minute, yeah, we can. We're still gonna make it, but you.
Yeah, the same. I'm struggling.
You'll never make this turn, buddy. You are so fast, it's impossible.
Flight level 100.
No, it's not
Landing
making it.
lights switches on.
I can tell you.
There you are, right below me now.
Approaching transition.
Okay, Peter. I've gone to heading select. I'm gonna vector myself a little bit to fix this problem.
Yeah, I did say.
It's strange that I kept descending there and put you now below the descent path.
That too, I noticed that.
Transition level. Ready for approach checklist.
I didn't get a warning either. There's no warning that we are overspeeding at all. You know that famous warning that says drag required? Didn't appear. I did not get it either. Hey, look at this. Look. I've selected heading to turn to the right. Look.
It's
And-
going to the left.
Yeah, come on.
It's got a mind of its own. And you've stopped descending for some reason. Now it's waiting to catch up on the descent path again.
Yeah. That's a good point. I don't know if it's an explain 12 thing, Robert, because I cancel it so
Last 5
fast that I
cents.
don't even think about it, you know, but maybe it's an explain 12 thing now. Good observation. Good morning, Neil. Good morning. Look, we are again. The moment I put it back to LNAV, we are again above the profile.
It's just weird.
I'm flying 11 and it's no better. I think there was something crook about this this route because my top of descent was about the same as yours, and it's diving. Yeah.
Yeah, Christer says
Crazy.
the chart is wrong, so I haven't really analyzed it yet, but there's definitely an issue.
Takeoff was great. We will see your landing.
Yeah, the thing is, I did a step through, but I was not concentrating on speeds and altitudes. I was looking just at the flow of the magenta line. Because in general, in the Boeing, that's what catches the pilots, is because they have a waypoint behind a waypoint. So all of a sudden the aircraft turns around and they have to go and hunt for that thing again. That's the main thing I looked out for this morning. My approach is armed. I don't need the localizer. We've got both our anticipation cues, so the lock is not even a factor for me right now.
Runway forgotten.
Dankie.
1000 to level off.
$1,000 to go.
Speed brake, always speed brake. APDAK, if you get that warning, it usually means you're flying above the flap limit. You'll rip the flaps off the moment you pull the flaps. It will literally remove the flying surfaces in X-Plane 11. How's that wind on landing, Peter?
Radio altimeter.
Well, not terrible. It's quite okay. A little bit. Side.
Okay. I'm glad for the crosswind because this will definitely test this localizer code a little bit more than it would have normally.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing. Localizer capture. Glide slope capture. Flaps 15 set.
Right, boys and girls, sit upright, stow those tray tables, let's go and land this thing. Go around altitude set.
From here it looks quite high.
Yeah, well, according to where
Flaps
I'm
30
at,
set.
it's okay.
Ready for landing checklist.
I'm on the glide slope. Just adding 3 more knots just to get a little. Yeah, the marbles are locked up, Christer, in the pocket. From where I'm looking at now, I need extra 3 or so knots of speed because of the gusts. I never looked at the meter again, so I'm not sure what the gusting would be, and Explain didn't give it to me. So,
speed stabilized, Mr. Burchell.
yeah,
Taxi
just a
lights
little
on.
bit more margin. Now it's going forwards, backwards, faster, slower, faster, slower.
I'm flying 11 and it was much more stable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that wind's moving. Zibo, I'm going to obviously send this to you. You need to look at this. The fact that we are overspeeding, underspeeding, underspeeding. I understand the winds, but look at the winds. Look what the winds are doing. It's crazy, and
500.
I think it's
Clear to
totally
land
unrealistic.
by
I mean, if I don't take over now, we're gonna crash. So deal with that. Let's fly by hand. It's just stupid, man. And this is not a. I think
200.
the weather in X-Plane really needs to get fixed.
Minimums.
You can clearly see that wind is like, come on, man.
100. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked.
Good landing.
60 knots.
Oh, that was not a bad landing. Even if I say so myself.
Didn't even spill me coffee.
Yeah. Sure. But I had to work for it. I mean, this wind is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's totally over-exaggerated.
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to say is I don't think the Zibo copes very well with the wind when it acts like that. But who would? You know? Makes me feel like pulling out another aircraft and trying it. You know, kind of, come on, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Flaps up
saying. In
and
11
set.
I had some crosswind, but not.
It wasn't this.
Like
Wasn't
that.
this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's cool. Thank you, Neil and James. I love it too. This is, you know, flying like this really excites me. It's something that really, does it for me. But the winds are just not real. It's just crazy. I mean, no. Anyway, my runway is vacated for you, David.
Thank you.
After landing procedure.
Weather off, terrain off.
After
Flap
landing
speed brakes
procedure
stowed.
complete.
Oh, I haven't really looked way to park yet. Not sure if I can squeeze in there. Let's rather take the next one. Could be. Yeah, bad turbulence modeling. We've gone from, I think it was a 3-layer surface on the airfoils to a 9-layer surface. We've gone from a 2-stage engine to a 3-stage engine. There are so many changes. We've gone from 3 or 4 layers of winds up to 9 layers of winds. We've got so many new things. I'm not surprised that things aren't working as expected because the variables have increased 100-fold. There's so much all of a sudden to take into consideration that has never been there before in Explain 11, etc. Yeah. This was fun. When all is said and done, I liked it, but I feel sad and bad for Zibo because he's going to have to sift through the data and make this thing work. I know they'll get it ironed out.
There's David. Quite high. Oh no, it's all of a sudden he's on the runway. Right.
I just missed that touchdown. Sorry, David.
That's alright.
He made it.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Shutdown procedure. Ready for shutdown procedure.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for flying with. This has been an interesting exercise. I think we've got a lot of things to go talk about behind the scenes and discuss with Zibo and do a lot more testing.
Shutdown procedure complete. Ready for shutdown check.
Thank you, Cole. Yeah, much fun. I like having to work for the landing a little bit. That was my highlight.
Maybe that was Zibo's idea, right?
Yeah.
You get a special copy, Nika.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, it was funny. We obviously have a development server where he puts all the updates and stuff. We don't draw from the Google Drive and stuff. This morning, that server was so slow. I had to pull this from the Google Drive, so I know. I mean, beside the fact that I anyway know it's the same version there and on our server, once it gets released. But just saying, this is the extra confirmation that I definitely have your version that you guys have. Bye, Gene. Bye-bye. Stay well. So, yeah. Interesting. There used to be a massive cell tower over here. Now they've got that little excuse for it. The other one was very nice. It was a concrete structure. It was quite tall, and it had like neon rings around it, multicolored RGB. Bye-bye, Robert. Coloring. Okay. This is obviously default. Oh man, Cole, thank you so much. You're a star. Thank you, Cole.
Childress donated $50 through SuperChat, sharing the success and gifts with the community. Slightly smiling face. Great stream, Nico.
Thank you so much. David, I take my hat off to you. In hindsight, I saw there was enough space, but I didn't take the chance. Now you worming into that little position there. Well done, well done.
Yeah, it seemed to work all right.
Unable to find view ID 12. Unable to find view ID 12.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I'm just going to try this thing one more time. Guys, and that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. We'll be back later on this evening. I can't promise, but we'll see what happens. I'll probably fly the PMDG quickly this evening. I just want to have a look. There's something I want to do with X-Enviro. I just want to see what it looks like tonight. So we'll check you guys then. You guys must have fun. Until then, speak later.
Thanks,
Nico.